All right, we got Jason Barron, the owner of CrossFit Intent from Akron, Ohio. Did I
That is
say
correct.
Akron right?
You did.
And that's the home of LeBron.
It is the home of LeBron, yes.
Are
Whether you
you,
like him or not.
I was going to say, are you a LeBron fan?
Yeah, I guess because he's local. I'm a Cavs fan, so we'll go with that.
Okay, good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
How long have you been an affiliate owner?
We hit 12 years last week.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell me about why you even opened up an affiliate. What was the journey? How did the
I
journey start?
Yeah, the journey was quick. I was one of the haters. I was a personal trainer for like 10 years prior to CrossFit. Heard it coming through the grapevine, want nothing to do with it. I used to tell my training team, "Don't you dare do that. It's not us." Whatever. Long story short, I left. I was a head trainer at a wellness center. Left there to do my own business. Had a conversation or a meeting with a local chiropractor who was looking to do business together. I knew he did CrossFit. I was hoping he didn't bring it up. And the first thing he did was bring it up. And honestly, he actually pissed me off in our conversation by saying something to the fact like, just because you have a bike in the garage doesn't mean you can teach cycling. And I'm like, I'll freaking show you what I can't do. Left the meeting. Actually was the first time I looked at the journal, looked into it deep on my way home from his meeting to the gym that I own. And I'm like, I'm in. And all the stuff that I thought was there was nonsense. All the bad YouTube videos back in the day. This was back in 2012. Yeah. All didn't exist. I loved it. I'm like, I believe in all this. And in my head back in the day, I thought if I can just mitigate the handstand push-ups and snatches, I'll be good. But I bought in and loved it. I came back to my other business owner. I'm like, hey, we're going to do CrossFit. And she's like, what? Because she had a similar viewpoint as I did, all the hatred there. But like, long story short, I did probably, Dave, like 2 classes before I signed up for my L1 and signed up to get my affiliate. Like I was thinking about this yesterday. I didn't really do much CrossFit before opening up my affiliate. Now, granted, I had a lot of like experience training, but I dove head first into it, and it's been the best thing I've ever done professionally. And besides marrying my wife, having my kids, like personally as well.
There's a lot caveat there.
There's a lot of people who go to L1s through my engagement with the L1s over 2 decades now, who actually, and when I say a lot, a couple per course, who actually do what you're describing. Like they go with no experience. You'd be surprised. Every course has like a couple people who are like, hey, I want to learn about CrossFit and I want to learn about it from the source. It might be a little not as common now. Wouldn't you say, Nicole? Back in the day, that was a little more common than it is now.
A lot more common. I mean, I feel like you're a pretty unique case. I mean, to just go, but I mean, why do you think? I mean, that's pretty unique to say we're not doing CrossFit, then to go learn about it. Like, well, why? Like, what was the thing that really made you? Because there's a little bit of ego in there too, right?
Well,
that you kind of had to swallow a little bit of like, we're not doing it.
So I think about it, it was probably like 2010 is when I started hearing about it through some of the trainers that I was working with. Some of them I didn't really like to be associated with, kind of thing professionally. So it's kind of that thing. And then as I was a head director, again, you get like your home team protective. So like what we were doing, I believed in. I'm like, nothing's going to come in here and be better than us. And even with that said, I always had this eye of like, there's some guys coming into my gym who I know did CrossFit. They wore the shirts of, your workouts are warm up kind of thing. But I really admired the camaraderie and the motivation that was in that crowd, the group kind of thing. So having that conversation, I think it was a God moment, just pushed me past my own stubbornness or ego, looking into it. And I fell in love with it right away. Like I watched every video I could find on YouTube, all of Greg's talks, all the stuff. And I'm like, not to necessarily put it to the test, but like, is this true? And then the more I watch, the more I go, wow, this is legit. This is actually on point. I actually believe in all this already and teaching this. It's going to, for me, like selfishly in the moment, I thought this will push me 5 years in advance as far as like me developing my own gym and the protection of, if it came to the area, I might lose my business. So I kind of pulled back personally, looked at it from like a objective standpoint and go, all right, is this legit? Can this help me? And I'm like, hands down, it can. So it's funny because I didn't think about this until like this past week. Like I was one of those guys who took 2 classes and then jumped in and just did it and learned along the way, which kind of speaks to like I think my personality about being the guy who goes, the path less chosen kind of guy. So yeah, I'm happy I did. It's been worked out.
Traditional training or traditional education in strength and conditioning before CrossFit? Like what route did you follow or pursue?
NSCA. Am I allowed to say that? Is that legal?
Of course.
NSCA. I was a certified trainer. Did that for 5 years, and I was a head trainer for 5 years at a health and wellness center in the area that's pretty big. Was really good at it, successful. Want to do my own thing. And
what level are you now?
Level 2. So I did my level 2 twice now within CrossFit, and then we have 11 coaches on staff. I have one of my head trainer who handles all my coaching development for the other coaches. She just earned her level 3. And then I actually have time now because I have 11 other coaches. I think I might have the bandwidth and the space to go after my own level 3 and maybe beyond. It's still my hopes, but I do have 4 kids, and it's been a lot of fullness of life for the last decade for me. So
how do you, as an affiliate owner, like what's your role? Like, do you tip more on the business side at this point? Do you do some coaching and some personal training, some business, or like, how do you,
yes.
What role do you fill right now? Yeah. Okay.
All of it. Yeah. So I'm the head programmer. I run the business side of things. I still have some clients that I see. I still coach some classes, which I love. I'm coaching the least amount of classes I ever have in my life. I'm down to probably like 5 or 6 classes a week in our schedule, which is honestly kind of difficult for me because I've always been the one kind of, putting the oar to the water kind of thing. But our coaching staff, and then Caitlin, my head trainer, she's been so good at developing our staff that we are the strongest and most supportive we've had as far as a coaching staff is now. So it allows me to look at other things that we can develop. I would love to get into more of a specialized nutrition program or kind of build that out for us to kind of get outside of our walls of our gym. And other than that, I'm involved in everything, and I'm reluctantly giving up roles to my coaches as it comes, because I know I need to do it. So
you have 11 coaches. I mean, how big is your gym, and how many members, if you don't mind me asking, do you have?
Yeah, we're about 5,000 square feet total space. Very non-traditional. Our first location, we outgrew it. We had some lawyers above us, didn't want us there no more. So I looked at literally every open vacancy in the area, and we lucked out. We found this place. We were able to raise some ceilings, but we're very long, only about 30 feet wide, but we have a 2-room building just because of how firewalls work. And then we have a lot of outdoor access for us as well. So about 5,000 square feet total. And then we're about 150, 160 members right now as a gym.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah. It's been fun. It's been good. And that's a lot of it came from after COVID.
Well, that's good. Yeah. On the nutrition side for you guys, what's your biggest focus? Like specifically in Akron, like are you looking for people to just get started with something, or do people come to you first and they're going to work out and then they're going to start with nutrition?
Yeah.
Or like, how do you guys fit that in, and specifically like in your area?
So we incorporate that as far as your onboarding, your process with us in general. We believe in the model, believe in that nutrition is the gateway. It's the connection to everything you want to have. So we work very diligently at doing challenges throughout the year, a lot of education, trying to simplify this thing of nutrition for most people. And then what I'm looking to do, the thing on the shelf that's been there for a little bit, is to try to give people an easier access to us. And an easier, yes, typically is nutrition versus this, whatever they think CrossFit may or may not be. It's an easier, I think it might be an easier way to get in people, into their communities, into their businesses, into just helping people overall. And then with the hope of pulling them in, I'm like, we believe in this thing of CrossFit. I mean, I'm not as OG as you guys, but I mean, I go back to that, and I believe in like the roots of what this thing is for us.
So what's some actual nutritional advice that you give to like new people coming in? Like how do you apply it?
So I'm a part of EC's cohort, her 800-gram challenge, and then Prosper Nutrition Gen. I've been both of their programs. So we keep it very simple. We do a 2-step focus of hitting your protein and trying to hit the single ingredient foods. If people need a marker, it's the 800 grams. If not, we try to do that, and then giving space to all the different nuances and likes of nutrition. But it's it's difficult thing for most people day in and day out, all the emotion tied to it and all their connection. But we work very diligently at trying to get people to be better.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our approach of when you come in, we do this thing of the 5 factors of fitness. We work on your sleep. We do a lot of language stuff and mindset stuff. I did the Lifted program. So we're very integrated with our approach to this CrossFit thing, because we believe it's a whole health versus just the fitness approach or just the workouts themselves.
Yeah.
Wait, you said something there. You said single ingredient food.
Yes, ma'am.
So is that how I haven't heard that specific phrase. So is that how you phrase when they're starting to figure out like macros or eating cleaner? Is that how you phrase it to them? That's really interesting. Yeah,
we found it this easier to do. Like 800 grams is an easy concept. I believe in it, but like I got to weigh things. I go like, listen, an apple is a single, it's just an apple.
Yeah.
A broccoli is just a broccoli. So like a salad may have a bunch of single ingredient foods in it, but it is still like, is it the one thing only? Yeah. It helps to like for them simplifying, which it's the hardest thing for nutrition is to simplify it, dumb it down, where they're willing to try and to make some changes.
I think that. I'm going to steal that.
One of my...
I stole from someone else, so you can pass it on.
I think my first recommendation with people in nutrition, or especially unknown people who don't have much experience in this, is do you drink soda? Like, that's my first question. And like, if the answer is yes, that's like the first thing that has to go. And then you're right. It's got to be layering in things on top of, like, we can't make it too difficult for people. If someone comes into the gym, it's not like, hey, here's what you need to do. Go do 40, 30, 30, go to the zone right away, or go get on ketosis, or go do like, you got to give people little baby steps to eventually and help them figure out ultimately which path they want to go. But I'll say this, regardless, drinking soda, obviously, like, cut that out no matter what your goals are.
For multiple reasons, we'll say that. I say this, I've learned probably from mistakes over the last decade of doing it wrong or forcing things. Like, one of my objectives when you come into the gym is I got to read how willing you are to change. Like, what's your mental capacity to want to change? And I got to meet you.
How do you do that? Yeah, but like, how do you evaluate that? Yeah, but like, what are some of the questions? I
got a million different questions, but like just what they're looking to do. I do this concept of bookends of what don't you ever want to be ever again? What's your hell? What's your heaven? Kind of establish some boundaries, have them vocalize it so they can hear themselves say it. I do some get in the weeds. I do some tricks with like, are they visual, kinesthetic, or auditory learners or speakers, thinkers? And you try to match their language with what they're doing. So it's just, there's some things I've learned over the years of how to ask questions to grab where they're at and then instill a ton of belief that, hey, this is possible. This thing we're chasing is up here. Let's go freaking get it, and get them really hyped with it with very simple concepts, especially when it comes to nutrition. That makes sense. Does that help?
No, that's awesome. I mean, I think we always want to say meet people where they're at, but then to really have a process behind it of how are you going to actually ask questions in an intro. And when people first come in to really figure that out, like that gets missed a lot.
It does. And it's, a lot of the nuance and I think in detail of success is found in the details and how you do things. And I've been trained and taught like questions pull, statements or answers push. So the more you can kind of just figure out why they're here, what they're trying to do, the things that we typically ask, but in a way that kind of sets them up. Hey, I believe in you. And for most people, they've never heard that before and never had someone on their side being able to cheer them on.
Most people, and you're at an advantage in that most people who walk into a CrossFit gym have already expressed some level of commitment and desire to change that's above a lot of other people, right? I mean, think about what it takes to cross your doors, either gym, anyone's CrossFit gym, to make that step. You're a person who's driven and committed to trying to change. And so it actually makes your job even a little easier because you know there's some sort of drive. There's something there. Someone who goes into a gym has something special here. Someone who goes into a CrossFit gym.
Yeah, and there's a filtering process we have from how you reach out with us in our intro class and free week. There's some layers that I have to make sure that you're right for us and that we're right for you, kind of concept. And yeah, you're right, to kind of help them, guide them along. And I always tell people in our first meeting, listen, I define a CrossFitter. This is me. I define a CrossFitter as someone who has this innate thing in them to want to be better. Yeah. Like, that's it. And if you have that, then this thing is going to work for you. Like, it just, all areas of your life. If you have that to me is how I would define a CrossFitter.
But you said something in there about, this might work for you or it might not. And I think a lot of affiliate owners are afraid to communicate when it might not be a good fit, but you just put that right out there where it sounds like you are looking, as part of that, starting from a place of success is this a good fit? So can you talk a little bit about that? Because I think a lot of affiliate owners are like, I just want to take every member.
Why would you turn people away? Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I, again, of my age and the age of the gym, we did the Groupon thing back in the day, right? Yeah. We blew up for a second and all those people left, so like this process of figuring out who is right for you. I literally, my verbiage for them when they come in, I go, listen, we give you a free intro class. We give you a free week to come and experience us to see if we are right for you and if you're right for us. Because I want to put that leverage and that pressure on them as well to, hey, you're also going to perform for us a little bit because we got some qualifications. We have a community, or we have a way of life that we like to do things. Will you fit in with us and us with you? And I've learned that in the sense of doing too much. And I tell people, I go, we're going to pour into you. And we just got to figure out how much you're wanting and how much you're willing to take, because we've done it wrong where we've just bombarded them fire hose and then we've lost members. And we're like, well, we tried really hard. So that caveat of kind of setting up as far as what this may be and being comfortable with it from my end, it's difficult. It's still hard to this day. Yesterday I had someone just turn us down. Like, it's still difficult because your heart, I'm designed to help people. And when they turn that down, I'm like, man, you're so close to a life-changing thing. And so, yeah, it I think comes with growth and maturity as a gym owner. Have you
had people in the 12 years that maybe surprised you or kind of started at a pretty low level in terms of overall effort or consistency or whatnot, and have just surprised you somewhere in the 12 years and now are like made the change, not in year 1 or 6 months in, but like at year 5?
Yes, tons. And I've been very, very fortunate. We have members that have been with us for 10, 11, and now it'll be 12 years. So we've had a lot of people be with us for a long time. And that diligence to see people, to help people, and to give them space for when they're ready. And that's something I've learned, 20 years ago, is I'll give you the opportunity. Here's my environment. I'm the guy who kind of guides you into the lazy river kind of thing. Like, let's get you into this thing. And then when you're ready to take off, we can match you. I tell, like, we can match your efforts. I can't outgive you. I can't do it for you. When you're ready to do that, yes. And I have probably one of the greatest stories we have is a guy his board name is the Don. So we do board names, we do scores on whiteboards. I mean, we go back. We love that stuff, right? He's probably late 60s, early 70s, and a guy who probably couldn't turn his head when he came in here. Probably difficulty putting his shoes on, kind of thing. But he's just been diligent, and just day by day he shows up and puts in effort. And his blood pressure's down. He refused to get medication from his physician. He goes, I'm going to do it. I'll fix it. And he's been with us for about 2.5 years now. And I feel he's crushing it. Like, he's more mobile. His blood pressure where it needs to be. His cholesterol is good. All the stats, right, are phenomenal. And it's just his ability to show up and get support from us. So yeah, those stories are like all over the place within the gym, which is to me it's the more exciting stories than some of the like accolades of the top fitness athletes and all that stuff. It's the people who've lost 100 pounds, who dropped 50 pounds, who we've helped go through the divorce or go through the cancers or survive that stuff. To me, I eat that up. That's what I live for.
That's awesome.
How many other gyms are in the area, and do you guys have a good relationship with the other gyms? Because I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
No. We've outlasted a lot of them, so there's a lot less than when we first started. There's a couple in the area. There's one gym probably 20 minutes from us. It's a little bit older than us. So there's not too many options anymore for CrossFit. We're about 20 minutes away from where we're at. As far as relationships, it's friendly, but we don't necessarily have a lot of interaction for us and their gyms kind of thing.
Yeah, because you definitely are like clearly a beacon of light and a beacon of positivity within your own community and gym. And it's something like from where I'm at, my position with CrossFit, it's like someone like you and something like that. It's like, how do we get that spread and to more people? Because your message is so good. And I think I know how you do it because I've surfed your website a little. You have and your setup clearly describes this, what I'm looking at now. But you have a podcast of your own, right?
Yes, we do.
Tell us about that.
We've taken a hiatus this summer, but it's a coach's corner. We call it. We work at doing this, try to get out knowledge to not only our members, but another way to hopefully maybe get someone interested in what we do. And I don't mind. I knew the fight putting CrossFit on my wall is going to do. Like I knew that going in, hey, there's going to be some kickback to this, but end of the day, there's going to be more good than not. And that fight, if you want to call it, from people who don't know CrossFit, it still exists and it will always exist, and I'm okay with it. Yeah. So the more I can educate and wow people on, I didn't know it was this. I mean, how many members do you guys have? I have like go, I wish I'd done this earlier. I never knew that it was like this. So for us, our podcast is just a way to go over topics and nutrition and different things, bring some hopefully some intelligence, some funny, some humor to this thing of change, and hopefully draw some people in with that and give our members a chance to share that with their friends as well.
Nicole, do you have
I really like that. No, I just love the conviction. Like, I know we're going to get some backlash on having CrossFit, but this is what I'm doing and this is the right thing to do. We might lose some people. Yeah. It's awesome.
I feel comfortable because I was one of those guys. I had my opinions and they were wrong, and I'm fully aware of that. I fully feel comfortable telling people on, you guys know that stuff still exists as far as the uphill battle we have with CrossFit's going to hurt you, yada, yada, yada. Like all that stuff still exists and it's fine. And I love the kind of positioning of like, I've always been taught to be bold in your convictions on what you are and then work your freaking butt off to prove it right. And I love that challenge and that work. That kind of I think drew me into this thing.
That's awesome, Jason.
Appreciate the time. Appreciate all the wisdom. This was a wonderful interview. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right.